favorite note-taking techniques. Mind mapping! So it's a really flexible method, so I just want to talk about how I personally use it while I'm studying. So for those who don't know, mind maps are used to link ideas visually. So normally you start out with the chapter or the unit title in the center and write down ideas branching out to the edge of the paper. So I use this method in various ways depending on which subject I'm studying for. The ones I make for both biology and psychology have a similar format. So in order to start making one of my mind maps, I have to gather all of my materials. So first, I get my AP prep books, my textbooks, notes I've taken from the textbook, and lecture notes from in class. So once I have all of that, I start out with the title in the center. Usually I'll use like clouds or like boxes or dotted lines. And then from there, I categorize each kind of subtopic into different colors so that way it's easier to look back on later. And after that, I revise all of these notes into like logical, concise bullet points that I then just put clouds around, branch out ideas from. And I find that this usually helps me a lot because I'm able to link together all of the ideas that we went over for the whole chapter rather than just in one section of my notes. So I recently talked about this Rodian notepad that I bought for the new school year, and so I talked about this in my back to school haul video, and I'll link that down below for you guys if you're interested. But this notepad has really nice blank paper, so that's great for mind mapping. And so instead of following my usual format for my biology mind maps, I've instead made this one into more of like a flow chart feel, so that way my eyes can kind of follow the process in like a logical order, and it's just easier to study. So when you mix up your note-taking method like this, it helps you retain the information better because you remember the process of you making it or writing down the information in different colors, and that helps me a lot. And then after that, I have another mind map that's slightly different. It still has the title in the center with ideas branching off, but I have details written around the main point that I put in each of these ovals. So again, when you change up your way of note-taking, it ends up helping a lot. For my history classes, I make a variation of a mind map known as a cause and effect diagram. So first, I get all my study materials out about the certain topic. So rather than talking about a whole unit or a chapter in these, I talk about a specific event. So I divide my paper down the middle and I label cause and effect and put the event or topic in the center. So then after that, I put all of the causes of that event here on this side of the paper, put arrows towards it, and have arrows branching out on the other side, having all of the effects. So I find that this is like a super great way to be able to visualize the actual event as a whole rather than just listing out facts. And so this helps me a lot, and I've done a few of them, and I find that it just really works well for history. So in addition to the cause and effect diagrams for history, I also take traditional mind maps and I just put them on smaller pieces of paper. These are 4x6 index cards, and I find that it's a more portable way to study, and you can also put the information in smaller chunks so that way you're not overwhelmed if you're studying multiple different topics and like different time periods and things like that. So another way that I like to use these index cards can be talked about in my alternative to flashcards video, which I will link down below for you guys. And so this is just such an easy way to make quick notes that doesn't take hours and hours on end. And I also like to use these when I'm taking notes from a textbook, which I also talked about in a video that I will link down below for you guys. So using different color schemes and things like that can really differentiate topics from each other and makes it easier to remember information. So I like to make smaller versions of these as well as the larger versions I talked about earlier. Thanks for watching.